Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not, and I'm here to talk to you about the, the newest Disney Pixar films, Elemental, as you can see back there. And I have this right here. So, I bought this Monkey 2 pack, right? I bought it because it was the Walmart exclusive lenticular 4K. That's all. Just to have it in my collection, probably just gonna sit there, you know. I know it, when this came out, I had no interest in seeing it. Right? Trailers came out, didn't impress me. I was just like, because a lot of Disney, I think they're for kids, but there's some Disney movies I can watch with my son. Like Luca came out and that was pretty good. I misjudged Coco very, very much, and my son had us watch it, and I really liked that. So who knows? But I bought this just specifically because of this, and then I was going through the list of movies I have to do to catch up for this year, and I had a list. I had to stack over there. Okay, do this, do this, do this. And then the other day, I realized, oh, I still have this, and I need to do it for this year. So I put it on because I have it on my Vudu. So I watched it on Vudu, and it came with a digital code. And I was surprised on how much I didn't know about this movie. On the surface, I thought this was going to be like a retread of Zootopia, because that's what the trailers look like. Oh, they're different elements, and they shouldn't be together. And what is sort of a retread, not of Zootopia though, it's elements living in a city, yes. Fire, water, earth, and air, no. But it's not what it is. It's basically a retread of Romeo and Juliet with elements of fire and water. And I think it's actually done pretty well. The animation, it's Pixar. It looks great. It is fantastic. And, like, the music scores and everything is really good. And the story itself is very overdone. It's been done before, but it works here. It's the from this side of the track, from that side of the track, we can't be together. No, right? And there is some cliches, like at the end of the film, there is this towards the end of the film, I should say, there is the water confesses his love for her, and she's like, well, I don't love you. I have to do what my parents want me to do, and I don't love you, just so we can have a third act breakup that has to be saved by this big cataclysmic event that's been building up this entire film. And it's like, yeah, but this comes literally out of nowhere. After they've had this moment where they realize they can touch and it won't hurt them, she decides, nope, I gotta do what my father wants me to do, and I don't love him, even though she does. And the mom's like, oh, I smelled it on you. And yeah, another thing that surprised me is that there's not a lot of big voice talent in this movie. You have Catherine Hicks? No. Catherine O'Hara plays the water guy's mom, Wade's mom. And then you have Wendy McLovin, whatever her name is, as this air element person. Those are the only two celebrities I know. The rest are like newer talent, and I'm confused as to what they're actually supposed to represent, because the actress who does the voice for Ember, she's Asian. Her family are immigrants, and they're supposed to be in that Asian archetype. They speak with sort of Asian accents. But then you have the water people. And the actor who plays the voices the water guy, Wade, is African American. But then his mom is played by Catherine O'Hara, who's white. So I don't know what I'm supposed to think. Maybe they're mixed race. That could happen. I just reviewed Missing, and her dad was white. Maybe his mom's white. It could absolutely happen. I had to look at the rest of the cast, but it could happen. It works. Maybe he's mixed. Mixed water. Did that make him Kool-Aid? Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so the whole story here is that Ember is grown up in this shop that her immigrant parents are running in Firetown, something like that. And she wants to grow up and run it, but she has an anger issue. And I will say this anger issue is the one thing that kind of bugged me, is that every once in a while she just flips out and turns purple and the flames go up, and I'm like, after the first couple times, I was like, okay, you don't need to keep on doing that. We get it. She has anger issues. You don't need to keep. It just kind of got too repetitive. Where it's like, and they're going up like, yeah, okay. You doesn't have to keep. That doesn't have to keep happening. But she grows up and she given a chance to run the store, and because her dad's going to retire, she knows that, but she gets a chance to run the store. Parents go out, and then she gets upset again, which causes the pipes to burst, and Wade, this water element guy, comes whooshing in with it, and he works for he's an inspector for the city, I guess, city inspector, and points out all the code violations. And when she says that her dad built all the pipes himself, he's like, well, you didn't do it with permits, so that's another violation, which, yeah, and so he has to send it, so she tries to stop him from sending it, and she has to talk to Gail, that's Wendy McLovin's character, and get it, and he explains that he got washed in when he found a leak in this dam, and that there's water leaking. And so they decide to try to fix it. They put sandbags. It doesn't work. So she uses her fire to make glass that'll withstand it. And for all intents and purposes, I thought it was it. Okay, she fixed it. Her tickets are canceled. And things fine. Then it becomes a love story between these two. And that works. They get to know each other. They realize they can touch each other. And then it's like, okay, we have the happiest moment. They can touch each other, they have feelings for each other, and she's like, oh, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. And then he follows her, confesses her love, says, I don't love you. And then it all comes crashing down, literally, as her glass all of a sudden doesn't work anymore, and floods the city, which leads to Water Guy coming to save the day, because they had to save this purple flame, or blue flame they have. And because it's so hot in there, he evaporates. After they just had a scene where they showed that fire doesn't hurt him. Or at least her fire. I know they're trying to say that they could touch without hurting, but to show us that, and then he just evaporates because of the heat. I don't know. It's kind of confusing and conflicting a little bit. Maybe someone can explain it. I don't know. But they play the crying game, which is something they had earlier, I guess. And he makes her cry because apparently he's still in the rafters because he condensated, goes up. So they make him cry, so he comes back down and comes back to life. And then the parents accept their relationship because, of course, they're all, no. Water people and fire people cannot be together. Okay. I do like the mom follows them to this apartment, and there's this big water guard doorman that won't let her in. He's like, shh, and they're going back and forth. And then we go upstairs with Amber and Wade, and we had this whole evening with his family and everything. And when she goes to leave, we cut back down, and both of them have still been doing this game for all this time, and they're both kind of exhausted. And the mom's like, "You're very good at your job," and he's like, "You're very fast for an older lady," But like I said, there's beautiful colors. The animation is great. I did not expect this to be so good. There are cliches, like we gotta have that third act break up, and a lot of movies nowadays do that, and it seems like they just do that to do that. And here it seems the most obvious that they just did it to do it, because right away they're like, "Oh, we can touch, we can be together. Oh, I gotta go home, gotta go home." And he confesses her love. No, I don't love you. I don't love you. I'm going to run because that's what is expected of her. And so she's got to realize she can break the boundary and not have to do what's expected of her. That old kind of message. And yeah, it's one of those things. Which could be a little forced, but I think it works here with that message. And for someone like Disney, for something like Disney, company like Disney, who has been trying to force their agenda type movies on the ongoing public, masking stuff with agendas, taking Aladdin and pushing a forced female, strong female message in that movie when it's not necessary, or making sure all our female characters have to be strong and infallible, and then remaking Mulan about a girl with many faults and just making her totally infallible to the point that that's not Mulan anymore. You're just, this works. I'm gonna give it a very high middle of the road. Yeah, this surprised me. Of course, it's not a long review, but not much to say. I enjoyed it. I suppose it's on Disney Plus. Have my son check it out. Maybe he'll like it. Who knows? But, yeah. So what are your thoughts on Elemental? Let me know in the comments below. Should I like, share, and subscribe? Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.